Now, when you're writing content in WordPress, there may be times where you accidentally forget to include something. Or maybe you want to make sure that the blog post has a certain number of words, or that you actually added your affiliate information on the post. I know there's been a few times where I forgot to add something and then hit publish and then felt a little bit of embarrassment for the people that came in immediately because I was missing something on the page. Well, I'm Michael with the WriterSanctuary, and today I'm going to show you how to install a checklist for WordPress for all of your post content. Now, before we get started, if you can hit the like button, help the channel out, and for more videos about WordPress, hit subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can always hit me up on social media on Twitter and Facebook, or use the contact form on WriterSanctuary.com's website. In this video, we're going to use PublishPress. This is a really easy to use plugin for WordPress, and you can lay out virtually any kind of checklist you want. It's a free tool that you can add just by using the WordPress repository. And there is a pro version you can buy if you'd like, but I find that the plugin works great even in its free version. So let's get ready to install it, shall we? Okay, this is my personal installation of WordPress. I used Bitnami to install it. Really easy. It puts WordPress right onto your desktop for testing purposes. And it's pretty handy because then you can test out all kinds of things you want before you actually put them on a live site. So we're going to go over here to plugins, and we're going to hit add new. And then we're going over here to search plugins. We're going to look for PublishPress Checklist. Now for this tutorial, we're going to use the pre-publishing approval tool here. Now PublishPress has a lot of really cool plugins that you might want to consider, but for this tutorial, we're just going to look at the checklist. So we'll hit install now, and then activate. Once the plugin activates, it's going to add a new tool on the left here called Checklists, and from here we just go ahead and click that, or we can click on Checklists at the top. Either one will take us to the same space. Now from here we can decide what is going to be more important, like the number of characters in title. We can turn this on if we want it to be required or recommended. The number of words in the content, like say if I wanted to make this a requirement, I want it to be at least 1,000 words with no max. And then let's say we want to make sure that we get it added to a category, so we want to say at least one. Same with the tags, we're going to say this is a requirement, we're going to say a minimum of one tag at least. And we can set the excerpt, the number of links. I like to use the links, that way I make sure that I have enough internal links going to my own stuff, and then external links when I'm quoting like statistics and stuff. So for the internal links, I'm going to go ahead and enable this to be required, and I want at least 3 internal links, and I'm going to make this a requirement and make this a minimum of 3. And we can scroll down and we can make sure we have alt text for images. I already have plugins installed that does this for me automatically. The featured image is one of the first things I automatically do. I never forget the featured image, but if you feel that you might need to remember yourself or remind yourself, then you can add this to the list as well. We're going to say recommended just so I can show you what it looks like. And if you have a team environment, you can always enable this to be a requirement for a specific role for a user. But I'm by myself, so I'm going to disable it. And then since Yoast is installed, it'll automatically detect that we have it. So it's going to say a minimum Yoast SEO readability score and the SEO analysis score. Now I don't publish anything unless these two are green anyway, so that's something I don't need to remind myself on the checklist. Okay, so what if we want to add something that's not in this list? So if we hit add custom task and we put in a name of something, so in this case I'm going to say any secondary phrases that I want to add. Usually I do this for latent semantic indexing or for search intent. It's really handy to have. We're going to say this is a requirement, but I want to show you how the custom tasks work. So, and once we're done, we just hit save changes, and you can add as many custom tasks as you'd like for whatever purpose you want for your blog. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a new post. We're going to go post, add new. When the new posts load up, you'll see that the publish button has now a red exclamation point. This means that I don't have enough stuff in here to make sure that I can hit publish. If I try to hit publish without it, so let's go ahead and add a title. So I'll say this is a test. This is a test text. So when I try to hit publish now, it grays out the button and will not let me publish it until I have all of these things filled out. Here's the checklist. I need at least one category, one tag, 1,000 words in the content, minimum of 3 internal links, 3 external links, and make sure the secondary phrases are in text. And there's no featured image, so it's not required, but it's important. I'm going to cancel out of that. At any point, you don't have to hit the publish to see the list. At any point, you can just scroll down on the left here and you'll come across it. Now here's the custom one. Make sure secondary phrases are in text. Now this will remind me that I have to put in the secondary phrases that I've researched into the content. As soon as I have, I just hit this checklist here, turns it green, it's good to go. Okay, so what if I wanted to add a minimum of 1 tag? I'll come up here to the tags. Let's say we're going to add a new one. That's a new tag. Roll down and it's been checked off. And I have to meet every one of these requirements before I can hit the publish button. I can tell which ones are required by the asterisks that are next to them. See, the featured image doesn't have an asterisk, so it's not a requirement, but it is important. Now, before you can hit publish, all the asterisk stuff has to be checked off. So I'll try to hit publish again, and it's still grayed out. It will not let me publish it until these are met. And it will remove from the checklist the stuff that you've already done, unless you go back to hit cancel, and now I'm back on the main page, and you see these are all the things I still have to do. As soon as you have all the things in the checklist checked off, then you're able to hit the publish button and your content will go live. Well, that is unless you schedule it. PublishPress is a pretty easy plugin to use. It took me maybe 30 seconds to set all that up. Fairly quick and easy. And you can make sure that all the things that are important to you are in your blog post before anybody else reads it. So what kind of things would you put in your checklist? I showed some of the more important things. Like I want to have a certain number of words in each post, and I definitely want to make sure all my links are there. If you found the video informative, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos about WordPress, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. I think that's going to do it for me today. I'll see you next week.